The final pages of the Kama Sutra mention a powerful secret that can help men of all ages avoid limp and embarrassing performances in the bedroom. But with the rise of modern medicine, this ancient secret was largely ignored and left to gather dust. Instead, most doctors told their patients to start popping little blue pills like Tic Tacs, even if that meant that their patients wound up with a huge dent in their wallets, or were left suffering from some unbearable side effects. But now, amazing research shows that ignoring this ancient Kama Sutra secret may have been a huge mistake. And if you want to enjoy better performance in the bedroom, it could be exactly what you've been searching for. And when these doctors saw the results, their jaws hit the floor. One study found that 90% of men who use this Kama Sutra secret saw their T levels nearly double. And it should be no surprise that their sex drive and sperm count also went through the roof. Plus, even better, another study found that this Kama Sutra secret even worked with men well into their 70s. Just imagine the relief you'll feel when you never have to worry about disappointing your partner in the bedroom, since now you have the ability to deliver a mind-blowing performance on command, the kind that brings your partner to complete satisfaction and has her secretly bragging to all her friends at the next girls' night out. Because I'm gonna show you how all of this and more can be yours right now, thanks to an ancient erection boosting secret buried in the last few pages of the Kama Sutra. And don't worry, you won't have to spend hours performing weird exercises or mind-numbing meditations. In fact, all it takes is one quick trip to the grocery store or maybe just a stroll to your kitchen cabinet, since all you need to take full advantage of the Kama Sutra secret is a few powerful herbs and spices. And for pennies on the dollar compared to pricey prescriptions, you can enjoy unstoppable sexual performance anytime you want, just like when you were younger. Now, I'll show you exactly what to put on your shopping list in a moment. But first, I realize this may sound a little too good to be true right now, especially if you already tried countless herbal remedies, blue pills, and diet programs without success. So I'm not even asking you to believe me just yet. All I'm asking is that you take a few minutes and let me show you the remarkable evidence that shows a secret remedy from the Kama Sutra really does hold the key to helping men everywhere feel like they're aging in reverse. For example, Jesus V said this secret gave him a huge boost in his sex drive and performance. He said, quote, "I noticed a difference within 2 days. I stopped taking my testosterone injections and stopped taking my tadalafil pills." While at 73 years young, William P. said, "My daily energy is stable, including my libido." And Martin C. even said, "I feel great, like I'm in my early 20s again." Now, everyone's body is different, of course, which means that you could see the same, worse, or even better results. But don't you think that it's worth spending the next few minutes to potentially restore the powerful sex drive you had as a teenager? I do. So don't go anywhere, because I'm all but certain you've never heard about this Kama Sutra secret before. The only way I found out about this was by digging through mountains of complicated studies and cutting-edge research papers. And that means if you leave now, you may be doomed to spend the rest of your life suffering from limp and humiliating failures in the bedroom, even though the secret to getting ready on command is just a few short minutes away. So turn off any distractions and let me show you how this Kama Sutra secret could help you turn back the clock on your sexual performance. Hello, I'm Art McDermott. I hope you're somewhere private, because what I'm about to show you is kind of personal, but it could also transform your sex life. You see, if you ever have weak erections, if your sex drive is draining away, if you have noticed your once muscular pecs turning into man boobs, what I'm about to tell you will shock you. It could also help you get back the sexual performance, all-day energy, and lean muscular body you enjoyed in your 20s and 30s. So keep watching this urgent message, because new scientific research shows that certain health foods could be destroying your manhood. These health foods are a major culprit fueling a quiet epidemic among American men. And this epidemic is so quiet because most men don't want to talk about it. After all, the symptoms can be embarrassing, especially in the bedroom. Even worse, the fallout from this epidemic can include serious memory loss, easily fractured bones, and an increased risk of deadly heart attack. The epidemic I'm talking about is low testosterone, or low T. Chances are you've heard about low T. You may have also heard how it can give you bone-deep fatigue, stubborn belly fat, and trouble getting or keeping an erection. And now science has discovered a bizarre culprit behind low T: certain health foods. So certain health foods could be hormonally castrating you. Let me explain. In a new clinical study, scientists took testosterone measurements from 206 middle-aged men. They then put the men on a high-fat diet and took their T level measurements again. Lastly, they put the men on a low-fat diet and measured their T levels a final time. And what the scientists saw made their jaws drop. Because when the men went on a low-fat diet, their testosterone levels plummeted 15%. That's huge. Think about it. American men are already losing 1% of their testosterone every year after age 30. So if you're 52, you've already lost nearly a quarter of this essential male hormone. But this research shows that eating things like a healthy egg white omelet, a skinless chicken breast, or low-fat yogurt could bring your already low testosterone levels down a whopping 40%. But it gets even worse, because the scientists also looked at the T levels of men on a vegetarian low-fat diet and saw that their T levels crashed a staggering 26%. That's an additional quarter of their T levels gone. And that's on top of the testosterone they've already lost, meaning that a 52-year-old man would have less than half of the testosterone he had when he was young, and all from eating what's considered one of the most popular healthy diets today, low-fat vegetarian. So eating a thick, juicy steak or a big bowl of chili for dinner could make you more of a man. But if you think these healthy foods are all that's crushing your T levels, think again, because that's just one of the modern culprits destroying your health, energy, and confidence in the bedroom. As you may know, today's world is flooded with hormone-disrupting pesticides, food ingredients, medications, and chemicals. It would be impossible for you to avoid them all unless you lived in a bubble. They're in the air you breathe, the bottled water you drink, and even in the organic foods you eat. Yep. Even organic foods. That's because organic farmers can't control the fact that chemicals sprayed in the air miles away float through the air and land on their crops and animals. They also can't control the fact that some chemicals remain in the soil for over 100 years. So that's how these testosterone-killing chemicals end up in organic produce, eggs, dairy, and meat. And they end up in your body. A recent study showed 90% of Americans have these hormone-disrupting chemicals lurking in their bodies. So what are you supposed to do if you want a healthy, active sex life? Well, here's good news. I'm about to show you a simple way to reverse the damage caused by these testosterone-destroying chemicals and foods. It's a new protocol that could restore your youthful testosterone levels, rebuild a lean, muscular body, supercharge your sexual stamina, libido, and strong erections. So you can perform in bed like you did in your 20s and 30s and give your wife the sexual satisfaction she craves. As I said before, I'm Art McDermott. I'm a certified nutritionist, author, and speaker. I'm also a 5-time NCAA All-American in track and field. So I know what it's like to go from feeling strong and powerful to feeling like my manhood disappeared overnight. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about this new protocol. I've seen firsthand how well it worked for me, and it can work for you too. I'm helping women and men like you make big changes in their health with tiny little shifts in their lifestyles. That's why I've dedicated my life to helping people just like you find the quickest and easiest path to improving their overall health to get big results in their day-to-day lives. I want to take all the confusion surrounding these things and show you just how simple it can be. If you've seen any of my content online, you'll know that I believe that there's nothing you can't do when it comes to your body. Nothing is inevitable, not even your genetics. And the bottom line is, I don't care what the established opinion is, I only care about what works. And while many men suffer from low testosterone, I'll never recommend testosterone replacement therapy or Big Pharma's little blue pill. And here's why. I grew up in a home where prescription drugs were the gold standard. That is, until I got a little older and started looking at the laundry list of side effects that come from a variety of drugs, like blood clots, cancer, or sudden cardiac death. Yikes. No thanks. So I made it my mission to find natural solutions that actually work, without all the dangerous and deadly side effects. Our Alpha protocol is completely unique. That's because we developed it with men and women in mind. Years of helping men and women in my facility led me to discover the world's most powerful sexual health boosting herbs and natural compounds. And I've seen these solutions in action, helping people rekindle their love life. I also found out which male potency ingredients were swindles, and I ruled them out. Each of the ingredients in our Alpha Protocol formula is clinically studied, and the science is rock solid. You see, when I discovered this protocol, I was blown away by the science, because every single ingredient is proven in studies to transform your sex life. And these ingredients were tested on mice or in a petri dish. They were tested and proven to work on men. And that's just the start, because these ingredients could work for your wife as well. In fact, your wife could start demanding an encore on a nightly basis. That's because these herbs and compounds target her needs too. Why? Because this protocol was formulated by a woman who used what she knew herself, plus what she's heard from her female patients and friends, to target what women crave in bed. Women want to feel desired. That's why this protocol could fully power up your libido. Women want you to be able to perform. That's why this protocol could restore stronger erections. And women want you to go the distance in bed. That's why this protocol could help you hold on to your erections longer and enjoy more sexual stamina to make sure your partner is completely satisfied. Not only that, this Alpha Protocol formula could also renew your youthful energy, rebuild your bulging biceps, melt away stubborn belly fat, slash your risk of debilitating fractures, and restore your sharp thinking. The Alpha Protocol does far more than just restore your healthy testosterone levels. It addresses some of the biggest problems that plague men as they age, especially when it comes to getting and keeping a strong erection. You see, there are 4 different problems that give you weak erections, make erections short-lived, or even cause a complete failure to rise to the occasion. And this Alpha Protocol targets all 4 problems. Well, of course, the first problem is low T. And there's an Asian herb that not only shoots up your testosterone level, it also conquers one of the other erection problems I just mentioned. This herb has been used by traditional healers for over 300 years for libido, sexual stamina, and fertility. In fact, this herb is in such high demand these days, it's become a protected species, and for good reason. That's because this simple herb may be the most potent natural testosterone builder in the world. It's called Long Jack, and here's how it works. In one recent study, scientists measured the testosterone levels of 76 men suffering from low T. Then scientists gave them Long Jack daily for 1 month. Afterwards, they measured the men's T levels again, and they were stunned by what they saw, because Long Jack increased the men's T levels by a whopping 46%. It's nearly double. So Long Jack could make you feel like a young man again in as little as 1 short month. Researchers confirm one of the ways Long Jack works to boost testosterone is by stimulating special cells in your testicles called Leydig cells. Leydig cells are one of the biggest things in charge of producing testosterone in your body. So when you stimulate your Leydig cells with Long Jack, they start pumping out more testosterone to restore your youthful levels, and with none of the dangerous side effects that come with synthetic testosterone. So you can enjoy surging T levels without the drawbacks. But that's just one part of what Long Jack does to help you reclaim your manhood. The next part shows why simply boosting your T levels isn't enough if you're over 40. That's because when you were a teenager, there was something else going on besides having high T levels. You also had more testosterone available to your body. You see, there are 2 forms of testosterone: free testosterone and bound testosterone. When you were young, only 2% was bound, and around 98% of your testosterone was free. But by the age of 60, those numbers are reversed, leaving you with a measly 2% of free testosterone. And the rest of it is all locked up in the bound form. It's a cruel double whammy. At the same time your body is producing much less testosterone, what is being produced is getting locked up in the bound form, so you can't use it. So what's locking up your testosterone? It's an evil little protein called sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG. But SHBG wasn't always an evil protein. SHBG has an important job of binding to sex hormones and carrying to where they're needed in your body. But as you age, SHBG starts to act like a dog with a favorite ball or toy. It just won't let go of your testosterone. It holds on instead of letting it go and making its delivery. Even worse, scientists confirm SHBG levels rise higher and higher every passing year. So SHBG ends up locking up nearly all of your testosterone, and that's where Long Jack comes in, because science shows Long Jack contains compounds called uropeptides that block the effects of SHBG. That means Long Jack is like the key to the jail cell where your testosterone is imprisoned, setting your testosterone free so your body can use it again and giving you a surge of masculine energy. In a recent randomized double-blind study, 26 men ages 40 to 65 years old were given either Long Jack or a placebo daily, and the transformation in these men's sex lives was mind-blowing. In just 12 weeks, these men saw dramatic improvements in the hardness of their erections, their ability to keep erections much longer, and their overall sexual satisfaction and passion in bed. And Long Jack doesn't stop there, because if you want to burn off belly fat and man boobs, increase your lean muscle mass, and impress your wife with big, strong arms, then Long Jack could be your dream come true. Here's proof. In another study, researchers gave men Long Jack every day for 5 weeks. The men also exercised. At the start of the study, then again at the end, the researchers measured the men's muscle and fat. The result? Stunning. The men taking Long Jack saw their body fat decrease by 9%. They increased their lean body mass, and their biceps grew a full inch. Just imagine taking your shirt off at the beach to reveal a lean, ripped body, getting admiring looks from your wife, and even noticing getting some flirty glances from other women. It's that amazing. All from just one natural herb. But knowing how low men's testosterone levels are today, I knew Long Jack wasn't enough to restore you to your sexual prime. That's why we also added another must-have testosterone booster to our Alpha protocol. It's a natural amino acid that works in a totally different way to boost your T levels. It's called D-aspartic acid. D-aspartic acid triggers the release of an essential hormone for testosterone production called gonadotropin-releasing hormone, or GnRH, in your brain. GnRH is like a general in your brain in charge of testosterone production. GnRH issues orders to all the hormone-producing systems in the rest of your body to power up your T levels. So, with D-aspartic acid, you unleash a major contributor to testosterone production that goes beyond what Long Jack can do, making your body a testosterone pumping factory, the way it was decades ago. And not only that, the effects of D-aspartic acid are lasting. In one Italian study, 43 men were given either D-aspartic acid or a placebo. And in just 12 days, the men taking D-aspartic acid saw their T levels shoot up an impressive 42%. That's right, a 42% increase in just 12 days. Those are unusually fast results. Most nutrients need to be taken for months to see such a huge effect. But here's where it gets even better. Because the scientists tested the men's T levels 3 days after they stopped taking D-aspartic acid. And the scientists were amazed to see that the men's T levels were still 22% higher. That's remarkable, considering the men had stopped taking the supplement when they saw these results. It seems likely that D-aspartic acid activates your body to produce more testosterone for the long term. So while Long Jack works to increase testosterone production in the testicles, D-aspartic acid takes it to the next level, turning back the clock in your whole body for young again T levels. But restoring youthful testosterone levels and blocking SHBG is just the first 2 steps of our Alpha protocol. Because if you really want to get your mojo back in the bedroom, the next erection problem needs to be conquered. Any guy over 40 knows how this one can really ruin your sex drive. And once again, it's about how aging can make your erection must-have in your body drain away. It's the #1 molecule you need for strong erections. In fact, you saw this molecule in action when you were a teenager. You remember. It's why you used to wake up every morning pitching a tent in your sheets. And it's also why you used to get an erection in seconds. And it was often at the worst possible time, like standing in front of your class at school doing a math equation on the board. But by the time you're 40, you're only making about half of this molecule compared to when you were 19. And it only gets worse every passing year, which makes it all but impossible to get a strong erection or keep them. That's why you need the next ingredient in this Alpha protocol. It works 2 ways to restore this molecule to youthful levels. Here's how. An erection is actually a complex chain reaction. This chain reaction starts when you get aroused by something exciting like a certain touch or when your wife gives you that look. Then your brain sends a message to your nervous system, causing special nerves in your blood vessels to make this erection molecule. What is this erection molecule? It's called nitric oxide, or NO. You may have heard of NO before. In fact, the scientists who discovered it won the Nobel Prize because NO is so important to your health. And NO is vital for your love life. That's because NO causes your body to create a chemical called CGMP. Now, CGMP causes smooth muscles in the penis to relax so it can fill with blood. And boom, you've got an erection. But as you know now, NO levels plummet as you age. And that's not all, because as you age, your body starts producing increasing amount of an enzyme that destroys CGMP. So thanks to bottoming out NO and CGMP levels, your erections don't stand a chance. That's where the next ingredient in Alpha Protocol is a superstar. It's an herb that's been used by Chinese doctors for over 5,000 years. And according to a recent story on Fox News, this herb is considered one of the most potent sexual enhancers in the world. When 6 of the top traditional Chinese medicine doctors were recently asked about this herb, they confirmed, yes, we have all used it for decades in our practices. It is the very best sexual tonic for men and women. It's called Yin Yang Ho, and modern science confirms why Yin Yang Ho works so well. It's because Yin Yang Ho solves both NO problems. It supercharges your NO levels, and at the same time, it suppresses the enzyme that destroys cGMP, giving you stronger, longer-lasting erections. But that's just the start. Yin Yang Ho also fixes the 4th and final erection problem that can ruin your sex life. That's because Yin Yang Ho is Mother Nature's little blue pill, working the exact same way Big Pharma's solutions work, without the nasty side effects. And it works by helping you keep your strong erection instead of seeing it wilt just when things are heating up in the bedroom. Research out of Vanderbilt University's School of Medicine found that there's a special enzyme that controls your erection. This enzyme is called PDE5. PDE5's job is to shut down your erection after sex. And that's a good thing, otherwise you'd have an uncontrollable erection all the time. When PDE5 is working correctly, it deactivates when you watch a sexy movie or have a certain fantasy. When PDE5 deactivates, your penis fills with blood and you get an erection. This deactivation also keeps blood in your penis so your erection doesn't deflate. But as you age, PDE5 can get stuck in the on position, cutting off blood flow where you want it. So you could be getting romantic in bed with your wife, but your equipment isn't responding the way it used to. And while your wife smiles and says, "It's okay, honey," you know better. You can see the disappointment in her eyes, and it's not your fault. Your overactive PDE5 is what's to blame. That's why we included Yin Yang Ho in our Alpha Protocol formula. Yin Yang Ho is the most potent herbal PDE5 inhibitor in the world. Clinical studies confirm it shuts down PDE5 in your cells. In a recent study, science decided to put Yin Yang Ho to the test against 3 other famous herbal aphrodisiacs. The result? Yin Yang Ho was the only herb that blocked PDE5. In fact, the scientists were astonished to see Yin Yang Ho was 80 times more powerful than the other herbs. The scientist leading the study was so impressed, he said that the herb, quote, works as well as Viagra. So the next time your wife grabs your hand and leads you to the bedroom, you'll be able to stay fully erect to completely satisfy her. Now, I'm going to tell you some exciting news, because once I saw all the science behind these incredible nutrients and saw how life-transforming our Alpha Protocol could be for reigniting the sex lives for people like you, I knew I had to make it available to everyone. So I reached out to a group of professional researchers and laboratories here in the US. It's a group called Nation Health MD. Then we worked to put together the world's first Alpha Protocol formula. It's called T-Thrive. T-Thrive is the only formula I've seen that fights all 4 erection problems. 1, it renews your youthful testosterone levels. 2, it fights SHBG to free up your bound testosterone. 3, it restores your levels of NO. And 4, it blocks erection-busting PDE5 without Viagra's nasty side effects. Now, so far, I've told you about 3 remarkable ingredients. If T-Thrive only had these 3 nutrients, it would be one of the best male potency supplements around. But to make T-Thrive the best supplement in the category, we also added 2 other unique and proven ingredients, including ashwagandha, the stress buster. We all know how stress can put a damper on your libido, but did you know stress can also kill your chance of an erection? That's because stress causes your body to pump out tons of cortisol. That's the stress hormone. And cortisol is shown in studies to cut off the blood flow to your penis that's essential for an erection. So you could try everything to get things going down there and nothing would work. That's why you need the ancient Indian herb ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is such a powerful potency booster, it's featured in the world's most famous sexual manual, the Kama Sutra. And for good reason. It's one of the most potent herbal stress busters in nature. Clinical studies show it banishes stress and crushes cortisol, so you never have stress ruin your sex life again. But that's not all ashwagandha can do. In another study, men who took the herb saw dramatic increases in muscle mass and strength. And at the same time, they saw their man boobs and belly fat melt away. That's why it was a no-brainer. We simply had to include ashwagandha in T-Thrive. But there's another problem that many men struggle with today that we had to fix. And it can really make your wife wonder if you still find her attractive and make you wonder what's going on with your body. We're talking about something that most men don't admit having: a low sex drive. Think about it. All you used to think about in your teens and 20s was sex. What happened? And here's the thing. If you suffer from low sex drive, pumping up to your testosterone levels may not be enough to fix it. That's why we've also included another herb that can make your sex drive come roaring back with a vengeance. It's called tribulus. You may have heard of tribulus. As you may know, tribulus's superpower is reigniting your sex drive. Chinese herbalists have used tribulus to treat low libido in men for centuries, and Western scientists used to scoff at them until they began testing tribulus. In one study, researchers recruited 180 male volunteers between the ages of 18 and 65 with low sex drives. Then they gave them either tribulus or a placebo. In just 12 weeks, 100% of the men taking tribulus reported a raging libido. That's right, 100%. That's unheard of for a natural herb, but tribulus did it. Other studies confirm how tribulus can make you horny as a teenager, even if you're in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. That's how powerful the herbs and natural compounds are in T-Thrive, and the results are truly life-changing. But don't take my word for it. Here's what men like you have to say about T-Thrive. Charles reported his mind-blowing results. It took about 2 weeks to notice a difference. It increased the size of my member. I thought with my increasing age, it was shrinking, and that's how it was gonna be. But no, it has renewed my confidence. And Kevin said, I started using T-Thrive 4 months ago after trying several other products to boost my testosterone, but they just didn't give me the level of energy and stamina I was hoping for. I've done a lot of research on the different herbs and roots that help boost testosterone, and T-Thrive was the only one that had all 4 major ingredients. T-Thrive has boosted my workouts, energy levels, and sexual stamina big time. My recovery time is much faster, and I've lost weight because my energy levels and workouts have been awesome. And Paul raved, before T-Thrive, I wasn't feeling like myself. I was tired and moody. My self-confidence was at an all-time low. After a week of using T-Thrive, I started feeling like my old self again, a better me. I had more energy and drive. My workouts have improved. I feel great. And even women are raving about T-Thrive. Here's what Tara said. My husband got tested with low testosterone last year. Our sex life had disappeared and he generally felt terrible. He tried testosterone injections, but the side effects upset him and he quit. That's when I decided to get my husband a supply of T-Thrive. Wow, what a difference. He's lost weight and he looks more muscular. He's energized and happy again, and our bedroom is seeing tons of action these days. I am beyond thrilled with T-Thrive. T-Thrive is the most complete male potency formula I've ever seen. No other formula conquers all 4 erection problems, and no other formula combines this protocol with ashwagandha and tribulus to give you bulletproof confidence in the bedroom and an unstoppable sex drive. Together, the 5 herbs and nutrients in this Alpha Protocol formula are scientifically proven to help you have harder, stronger erections, renew your all-night stamina, fight stubborn belly fat and man boobs, rev up your libido, rebuild a muscular, younger-looking body, and enjoy the satisfying sex life you and your partner deserve. Now, it's up to you to take the first step. And here on this page, we're making you a special offer today. And it's only gonna be available at this price for a very limited time. And here's why. When we put the finishing touches on T-Thrive, we decided we would charge $79 a bottle. And when you think about all the time that went into testing and researching, plus finding the highest quality ingredients and the exact right dose, along with how life-changing this formula could be, well, I think you'll agree it would be a bargain at that price. After all, how much is it worth to you to bring back the passion in your sex life, to see the excitement and desire in your wife's eyes again, all while restoring your youthful body, confidence, and energy? If you're anything like most men I know, you'd pay hundreds or even thousands to perform, feel, and look like you did in your 20s and 30s. But I know $79 is out of reach for most people, and I want to make sure T-Thrive is available to everyone who needs it. So we sat down with the folks at Nation Health MD, and they agreed to bring the price down to $49. Think about it. That's just $1.63 a day, less than a cup of coffee. And you can even save more by selecting the 6-month supply at checkout, which is the smart move because it costs just $1.40 a day. We were able to bring the price down because we've cut out a ton of costs by selling T-Thrive directly to you. There's no storefront overhead to shell out, and there's no middleman getting his cut. That's why we can send you our science-backed products made with premium ingredients straight to your door at wholesale prices. Even better, taking T-Thrive is easy. Just take 2 easy-to-swallow capsules before breakfast. Then get ready for some of the best days and nights of your life. But don't take my word for it. Your direct experience is what counts. So to prove how T-Thrive could revitalize your sex life, we want you to try it with 0 risk. That's why every bottle of T-Thrive is fully backed by Nation Health MD's 365-day money-back masculine prime guarantee. Either you're absolutely thrilled with T-Thrive and you have a whole year to decide, or you get every penny back. Just send Nation Health MD customer service an email within the next year and you'll get a prompt and courteous refund of every penny you paid. No questions, no hassles. Just a big thank you for giving T-Thrive a try. So there's absolutely no risk when you say yes and order today. Just click the button below to claim your supply. Here's what to do next. Reserve your own supply of T-Thrive today. Then, when it arrives, open the box immediately. Put the bottle on your kitchen counter and take it daily and let Alpha Protocol go to work. And notice in how just a few short weeks, you could be getting stronger, leaner, and sexier. You could have more energy and greater endurance. You could have harder, longer lasting erections. You could deeply satisfy your partner and even blow her mind with your prowess in bed. And you could see renewed admiration and desire in her eyes when she looks at you. In fact, don't be surprised if your wife starts dressing sexier, losing weight, and exercising just so she can keep up with you. And your partner won't be the only one who could start looking at you in a whole new way. Coworkers, neighbors, friends, and relatives could all start noticing the new you and be a little jealous, to be honest. After all, the difference will be hard to miss with your leaner, more muscular body, your improved energy and mood, and your rock-solid confidence. So you can keep up with the younger men at work, on the golf course, or everywhere else, and show them that you still got it. Go ahead and click on the button underneath this video. When you click the button, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page. This checkout page is completely secure because we use an encrypted merchant account with the same high-level security as websites like Walmart and Amazon.com. So you can enjoy peace of mind knowing that your information is 100% safe. On that secure page, simply tell us where you want us to send your supply of T-Thrive and enter your payment information. Then we'll take care of the rest. And today, we'll even pick up all the shipping costs. That's right, you get free shipping on today's order of T-Thrive. You take no risk at all, not even on the shipping. So are you ready to stop wishing for a better life as a true alpha male and start making it actually come true for you? The way I see it, you've got 2 choices. Choice 1, you can close this page and just hope things will get better on their own. Keep putting up with man boobs, belly fat, and weak muscles. Keep failing to completely satisfy your wife and keep wondering if she's fantasizing about another man or worse, all the while knowing you had the chance to do something about it and you let it slip away. Or you could choose option 2, and you could use Alpha Protocol to return to your sexual and masculine prime. For less than you spend on a cup of black coffee, you can feel like a younger, stronger man again, with the sex drive, energy, and bedroom performance to match. All you have to do is click the button below and tell me where to send your supply of T-Thrive. And if you watch this presentation this far, it shows how important your sex life and masculine health is to you. So I hope you'll choose option 2. Remember, when you try this breakthrough today, you'll get the biggest savings we've ever offered. And no matter what you decide, you'll have a full 365 days to try T-Thrive for yourself. So you have nothing to lose and a brand new sex life to gain. But I urge you to act now. Because of high demand, supplies are selling out fast. And if you put it off, we may not have any more in stock until we get the next batch in. So click on the button below now and secure your risk-free supply of T-Thrive now. My name is Art McDermott, and I appreciate you spending this time with me today. I wish you all the best in your journey.